Alright students, we are working on the clone stamp tool in Photoshop. So everybody please open up the For Students Out. For Students Out. Just press Y to get to jump over to the yearbook. Down to School Events 2015-2016. Grade 9 day, WooCache. And we are going to be using DSC underscore 0052. Although you can find many different pictures in here that would benefit from a little clone stamping. Press open. Now the idea of the clone stamp tool is that it helps you fill in areas that have artifacts or errors in them with the content of the space around it. So, for instance, this shot I like. It needs a bit of a crop, but I'm just holding down Control and Spacebar right now, and I'm going to drag a box around this area that I want to zoom into. This stuff that's underneath the arm, I don't think is relevant to the shot, and I think distracts it. So if I press Control 0, zoom back out, let's get rid of that. The way you do it is by using this stamp looking tool, the clone stamp tool, and there's like any non-destructive editing, you need to make sure that you have this layer above your background from which you can paint. So we're using sample all layers right now, and we are going to begin to use this tool. So naturally it's just like a brush size. You can change that. I'm going to start with maybe a little bit lower of a brush size than that. Click on the word size and drag to the left. Okay, we'll just start with that for, you guys can do a better job than I am for this. Hold Alt, and you see that crosshair. That crosshair lets you select a place from which the pixels are going to be drawn in this new area. So if I hold Alt and click here, this lighter green is going to get stamped onto this area. Now you'll notice it's down a little further now, and as long as it doesn't look too similar, you're good to go. Now when it gets to this black, I need to make sure that I'm getting a sharp-edged brush so that I'm not invading into that black shirt with some fuzzy line. So let me hold Alt again, and the only reason why I can hold Alt while I'm selecting pixels from the background layer is because I'm sampling all the layers when I Alt target my pixels. So let's click Alt here, click, and just draw along the body here, and we should be content with that. And the top of this water bottle, we can take from some of the shadow area. So let me grab some shadow here and just paint over that gently. And press Control 0, and it's gone. You might see a little bit of a similarity between this line here and this line here. They are from the same pixels, so you should see a repetition. In order to make it feel a little bit more random, I like to just kind of muck that up a bit. So grab a little bit of pixels from here, draw that in, grab a few pixels from up here, and paint that in there. So it feels less, like it's, oh, we gotta get the shadow out from that water bottle area too. So that should look a little more normal, and we haven't kind of done damage to any of the people in it or made a change to the scene in a way that negatively affects the meaning of the scene. So I think we're good to go. All we would need to do now is crop down. Oops, I got some specific crop marks going on there. Crop down. Let's keep that arm in there, and that way this subject is the focus still, and a little less of the clouds. And I think we are content with, oh, that's a little tight. But you guys get the idea. So that's all, and now it's time for you to practice your clone stamping tool. repeat this video if you need to.